Did you ever shut the leg off?
Oh crap.
Whoops. Good morning. Welcome back to another early day on the farm. Sun's not even quite up yet, but it's going to be a beautiful sunrise. So we're up early, trying to beat the wind. We're going to start spraying some beans this morning. But first things first, this little 1.5 acre patch, it's always by itself and I can never seem to remember it. So of course, sprayed all the corn, forgot about that patch, and now the sprayer is clean. And I refuse to get it dirty with corn chemicals again. So I'm going to mix up a little concoction of Roundup and Zidua, which can go on both corn and soybeans. That way I can spray it on the corn, but then I can fill from our tanker and go straight into beans and not have to clean out. Frustrating that we even have to mess with this. It's like it's only 1.6 acres, but it's literally our front yard, and anything we don't put residual down on it, it's going to be a nightmare. All right, now toss it back. Well, I'm pretty sure I accomplished running over more corn than I actually just sprayed. Spun around twice in a 1 acre patch. Sickening. Shoot, we're already working and Dustin's just now getting to work. I think he brought his boy with him today to ride in the semi. He's going to be hauling grain, and Graham was excited. They're out of school now. He was excited to be able to ride with Dad. I think that's awesome. All right, in that short little stretch there, I noticed we did have some nozzles that were messing up, so we're going to test out our look-ahead system again and clean out the ones that were spraying funny. I guess the boom just hadn't quite primed yet. Just saw some air coming out of the nozzles, so they're good. Alright, made it to the field, getting ready to start. Noticed that the beans right there are the neighboring farmers. We've got a nice little patch of horseweeds in between us. So Dad is calling that farmer real quick to double check, make sure those are Liberty beans just like ours. That way if they are, I can hang over just a little bit, won't kill his beans, and I can make sure that we get all the weeds, because there's nothing worse than two farmers hanging back too far when they don't need to and leaving a big strip of horseweeds all year to stare at. It turns out that his beans are also Liberty tolerant, so hanging over just a little bit, make sure I get that entire gap between the two fields. One really nice thing about beans, I don't care about the rows. I can run my boundary track and spraying 20 gallon to the acre over beans makes it really easy to see your spray pattern. You've got a lot of liquid moving through the boom. Which means you go through a lot of liquid too. Much nicer loading out of a tanker. That was a quick tanker load, quick 3 fields, but weatherman was right. Wind's starting to pick up, so I don't feel comfortable doing any more. We'll call it good on that. It's a good spot to end for the weekend. But we're gonna top it off here real quick. Can't forget about this extremely helpful government juice. All right, that didn't take them long. We just finished sweeping this bin out yesterday, and they've already been in here, put a new unload in. Maybe. Oh, there's two wells. So we've got new wells. That didn't right on the reach. That's not one you laugh about. No, now I'm laughing at my comment, not at you. Because I know that didn't feel good. This is what was in there. This little, what is it, 6-inch? Little worn out, way overused 6-inch unload. And now we've got the fancy 10-inch.
8-inch into a 10.
Well, yeah, 8-inch into a 10-inch. How fast do you think this will be on trucks now?
30 minutes.
So, probably cut our load time out by, 66% faster? No, 3 times faster. We're thinking it'll take 30 minutes instead of an hour and a half. Put it that way.
That's the first time I've ever left this.
Well, we were at Jitville, loading the overhead for Dustin. Got distracted. We never did.
I got it.
Oh, okay. Came over here to get a tractor key to move the tractor. And we left the leg running. Whoops.
As long as the auto shut-off works, we'll be alright.
Yeah, there's safety switches on it, but Dad has never trusted them.
Not enough to leave, anyway.
Is there a safety switch for the safety switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, our eyeballs. Still running, hasn't shut off yet. So right now for Dustin, we're pulling out of this bin into the overhead so that when Dustin gets here with the truck, all he's got to do is open the overhead gate, fill the truck, load it up in about 6 minutes instead of worrying about pulling from a bin. So this auto switch, basically that will shut the bin off on its own. So once that overhead hits the auto switch, it shuts everything down on its own, or it's supposed to. Hey, your safety switch worked.
Yeah.
Your safety for your safety switch did too.
Yeah.
All right, on top of hauling out, we've actually got the crew here that is getting ready to start putting in our 20,000 bushel wet holding storage. It's gonna end up laying right there where they're digging. They're starting on the footer right now, and then it's gonna feed straight into the dryer. Well, those guys are going to make quick work of that footer. I think their plan is to finish that this afternoon, get all the rebar laid in. They're going to pour the footer Monday morning, just a couple days. So we'll keep you guys in the loop on that process. Didn't want to bother them too much, let them work. All right, just going to butt in here real quick. Here is the completed footer dig. So a little more on this bin. This is going to be a 27-foot bin. It's going to be about the same height as this one. It's going to hold a little over 20,000 bushels. And as I stated, it will unload right alongside here, go up, and dump right into the top of our dryer. So that is going to increase our current 5,000 bushel wet holding that we have from our hopper to a 20,000 bushel wet holding. So basically 4 times more capacity we have, 4 times more leeway we have or will have in harvest this fall, from being able to shell more when the dryer can't keep up to it, or if we're running some 18-19% corn in it that's going to run really fast, we've got more leeway that we can stockpile a little more grain before we start the dryer in case we can't keep up with it. So it's just going to be really nice this fall. Just overall efficiency, going to let us run in the field longer when we're running the dryer. They did hit a few old wires. So fun fact, this property, before we made it our grain setup, used to be an old flea market ground. There's wires running everywhere underground that we no longer use. When you start digging out here, you never know what you're going to find. Once the actual pad is cured, the bin will start going up. Guys, I'm really excited about this. We've been struggling with this overhead fighting capacity for a few years now, so this is going to be extremely nice this fall to not have to worry about whether we're far enough ahead from the dryer or if we've got enough room. So, all right, that's enough from me. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Are you ready to be featured, Graham?
He did this morning when we pulled over, drove by her, and he was, is he taking a video? I said, probably.
I was gonna get you when you guys left, but you took off. Well, your dad wasn't sure you were gonna get up.
Yeah.
But you did. You did. What'd you think?
Myself.
Yeah?
Yeah. We got 3 in today, didn't we?
Yeah.
I betted 4, he betted 2.
Oh, split the difference.
We did.
Call you both winners.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
He's ready to start driving truck, though.
Oh, he's got the real work boots on.
Yeah, I know. I need to get me a pair of those.
You already have one.
Yeah.
I do.
That's good. Nope, glad you enjoyed it.
Yep. That's the downtime at the elevator is what just
Yeah, that's a killer.
It's-
On the road is not too bad, but it's
No,
the hour and a half
yeah.
drive that you got just,
or the hour to 2 hour wait. Just
or that's what I
Screw
meant.
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
It wasn't too bad today. They had one of their dumps was down on the scale, was screwed up all day.
so
The
everything
company
was
got there
going,
at the very end of the day. I'm like,
everything was going through one dump.
which it was the fast dump, which was nice, and there wasn't as many trucks today.
Yeah.
But if both dumps were open, we probably could have gotten 4.
Could have gotten 4. Yep. You want to tell everybody hi? You want to tell the camera hi? Say hi. Wave to him. Can you wave? Hi, girls. Alright, guys, that's enough for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Find that thumbs up button, like us, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next one.